Now, what was that question?
Democrat or Republican?
No.
You asked me if do I usually vote Republican or Democratic? Okay, well I would usually Republican, but I don't think all Democrats are bad. There's good Democrats, and there's a lot of Democrats that are more Republican than Republicans, and there's a lot of Republicans that are Pharisees too, and they're like, well, I'm sticking closest to the Bible. Well, I want to know, what are you going to do to help this country? Are you going to help fix the economy? Are you going to help things get better? Or are you just going to brag about how much Bible you know? Because that doesn't do anybody diddly squat. Pardon my French. It doesn't. Get up there and brag about all this knowledge, head knowledge. I know this and I can quote all these verses. But what are you going to do to change things? What are you going to do to make America better? What are you going to actually do? Or are you just going to talk about it and talk about how religious and how good you are because you go to church? Well, everybody goes to some church usually, but that doesn't. I want to know what you're going to do. Are you going to cut the mustard? Are you going to get something done? Are you going to help America? Are you going to help us make money again? Help the economy so our investments will grow. That's what I want. Instead of just fighting everybody else's battle overseas.
Amen.
How about helping us? We're ones living here. We're supposed to be flourishing. Everybody should be able to have their own home. Everybody should be able to eat good, and prices should go down. Instead of paying $4.95 for bacon and eggs, you should pay like $1.99. Back to what it was like in the 80s and 90s. We had a 99-cent 3-egg hash browns over there at McDan's at Belmont and Cicero. I used to go there. I'd hang out till 3 a.m. Free refills on the, and that included coffee, all you could drink for 99 cents. 3 eggs, hash browns, toast, and coffee, and they kept refilling it. And the waitress kept on refilling. I thought I was going to get a hot date with one of those waitresses because they were so friendly. They just kept filling it up. And you know, it was like a mom and pop type place, McDan's at Cicero and Belmont on the northwest corner. And now it's like a nails place. It's like another of those nails places. They wrecked it. But you know, and then they had a bacon and eggs, 3 eggs with bacon or sausage or ham for $1.59. $1.49. With tax it was $1.57. And that included all the coffee you wanted. Well, you know, bacon and eggs for $1.49 plus tax.
You know, those nail places, David, are
24 hours. I'd go there, hang out, write scripts for my monster movies. I'd read
David, you know those nail places are wonderful because they have problems with women. Now they have manicures.
That's a good one. I gotta tell that one. That's about as good as a joke Pastor McCracken told in church 2 Sundays ago. He talked about how a cat saw 2 robins basking in the sun after they got done eating a bunch of worms. They're basking in the sun. And this is the first time I've told this joke since. Anyway, the cat saw them basking in the sun, the 2 robins, after they ate all these worms, and the cat pounced on them. And he ate them. And he says, I love basking robins. Because they were robins basking. That's a bad one. You're going to be telling that joke, yep. Yeah, Pastor Brother Jim, I'm telling your joke here in McNeese. On Northwest Highway in Oakton and Park Ridge, Illinois. That is good Java. Hey, but yeah, God made monsters. He made the dinosaurs in that first Earth age, which was like hundreds of millions of years ago. Now, sure, the Earth might just be 6,000, 10,000 years old. We don't know. But I'll tell you, the dinosaurs were here, and I believe they coexisted with man. I believe man was here at the same time as dinosaurs. Because God made the creatures of the earth, and then he made man on the 6th day. He rested on the 7th. It's not good for a man to be alone, so he made a woman. But that doesn't mean everybody has to get married, because marriage is not for everything. I like being able to do what I want when I want. I date, but I don't want to get married. And I'm 55. I'm 55 years young. I'm getting younger every year. But I want to say, it's okay to make monster movies because God made monsters. He made the dinosaurs, the T-Rex. The same guy that made the lamb also made the wolf. The same guy that made the fawn also made the lion. You know? So, you know, and they're all part of God's creation. Now, those dinosaurs got wiped out eventually. I don't know exactly how, but... So I think it's okay to make movies about them. I think it's okay to make science fiction movies. I'm a fan of that stuff. It's entertainment. It doesn't mean I'm evil because I like Frankenstein. My dad tried to stop me from seeing that stuff, but I started a monster club with my pals Don Stillwell and Len Lykowski in Park Ridge back in the 60s, and we used to watch creature features every Saturday night. And we'd go to the drive-in, Oasis Drive-In on Elmhurst by Toohey. Now it's the Oasis Trailer Park, but this old sign's still there. It says Oasis. That's the old drive-in sign, but they changed it to Oasis Trailer Park. But We used to go to Double Bill vampire shows there. They had free blood cocktails when you enter. It was actually red cherry soda pop. And free fangs when they showed like the vampire or Count Yorga vampire and Blackula. And I met both the actors in the last 15 years. I've met like 2 of those actors. I met William Marshall, who played Nice Guy. I met him in '95.
African-American, right?
I met him in '95 at the Son of Famous Monsters convention at Universal City, California, in Hollywood. And I also at the Sheraton Hotel in Universal City. And I also met Count Yorga. That's Robert Quarry, the actor, who's a relation to Jerry Quarry, the boxer that fought Smoking Joe Frazier and gave Frazier a run for his money. I mean, he staggered Joe in that first fight, and he gave Kenny Norton a tough time.
Yeah, but he was a victim.
Before he got, but he got cut. He just got cut. But man, was he tough. He wouldn't stop fighting, and he gave Ali a tough time. But again, he got cut up. But the point is, Robert Quarry played Count Yorga Vampire. Nice guy. I met him. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep making monster movies. One guy at the church says, if it offends someone at the church, if it offends your brother, you gotta give it up. Oh, it's easy just to give things up. Yeah, throw away my talent? No siree, bud. And you're not my buddy if you tell me that stuff, to give up something that I have a God-given talent for.
Well, my wife.
And I don't care. It doesn't. It doesn't have to revolve around the church. It can be something secular. Not everything has to revolve around the church. God, before God made the church, He made man and woman. He made the family first. He made man and woman. He made that before He made the so-and-so Baptist church or Methodist church or whatever. So, I mean, your family is important. If some people get too involved in the church and they don't have time for their hobbies, they don't have time for their family, they can't pay their rent because they're giving all their money to the church. You need money for food. You need money to pay your bills too, pal. So don't put it all on an offering plate. Wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and smell what the Rock's cooking. The real Rock, David the Rock Nelson. Have some nice hot Dr. Suave Java. It was imported. It was flown in this morning from Haunted Pontiac, Michigan, by Dr. Suave and Nurse Schoolfiend over there in Pontiac, Michigan. Haunted Pontiac. I was there, November 3rd through November 1st through the 3rd. All Saints Day, the day after Halloween. After I was on WGN Morning News live on Halloween with my new movie. What movie did they show this year? Oh, The Floating Head of Frankenstein. They showed a clip of it. You can see it on YouTube. David Rock Nelson. Just search me on YouTube and on Facebook and become my friend on Facebook. And I'll keep you up to date on all my monster movies. I'm the monster movie maker, and I'm an actor, and I'm proud of it. We need some good entertainment. Got to give the kids entertainment, and the adults, the big kids like me, big monster kids. Yeah, I'm still stuck in the glorious 60s, man. That was a fun time, man. Watching Creature Features, then Svengoolie. I watch Svengoolie every Saturday. He had House of Frankenstein last Saturday on MeTV at 9 o'clock. Rich Coase, Svengoolie, great guy. He's a friend of mine. I've met him like 15, 20 times since like 1989 when I first met him, when he was son of Svengoolie. At Navy Pier at the Halloween party for WCKG when he was on the radio. Then he became Svengoolie. The original Sven handed him the torch. And now he's on every Saturday. He's national TV, MeTV network.
Syndication.
Tell him The Rock. Go to Svengoolie.com and tell him The Rock sent you. And come to the B-Fest next weekend at Northwestern University, Evanston. But it costs $35. It's 24 hours of B movies, but it's once a year from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday. B monster movie. But you got to be at least 21 to enter. And not for you kiddies, but for big kids like us. And they're going to sci-fi monster movies and old 50s exploitation flicks from the 50s through the 70s, and it's at the Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, in the Norris Center. Not the Chuck Norris Center, but the Norris Center.
And will Chuck be there?
I don't think so. I don't think Up Chuck Norris will be there. But I want to say something. But that's where Fred the Hammer Williamson he was an all-star athlete there, and they got his picture doing the shot put down in the Wall of Fame downstairs at the Norris Center in the cafeteria. Fred the Hammer Williamson doing the shot put. He's one of my favorite directors. He does a lot of good action flicks, like he was in 3 the Hard Way, and oh man, just a lot of good. And then 3 Days to a Kill with Bo Svensson, the guy who played Walking Tall. Oh, yeah. That's a movie he directed with Bo Svensson, and they both get the bad guys in that. Okay, anyway, I'm going to Monster Bash. Go to monsterbash.us and come to the Monster Bash this summer. This June, it's the last weekend of June. Tell them David Rock Nelson sent you. Go to monsterbash.us. Not Monster Mash, Monster Bash with a B. Monsterbash.us, and tell them David Rock Nelson sent you. Because I'm their most notorious guest of honor. I can eat my werewolf burger before it gets cold. Oh no, this is a Frankenburger. It's made from dead Frankenstein monsters,
Ah.
and they froze them. They're like 200 years old, and they're placed on their grill here. That's werewolf cheese on there.
Ah.
Yeah, and they got dino burgers here too. They got dinosaur blood for ketchup. It's all the way from the Cretaceous period. It's over 200 million years old. See, it's got some dinosaur blood ketchup on there. Mmm. Mmm. That's good stuff.
He's very entertaining.
That's good eating, and I don't even charge for this comedy routine. It's hanging out with a Rock. Rock talks about everything, and I got a guzzle one that's hot Java, Monster Java. Dr. Suave, Dr. Suave, Scary Monsters approved. Dr. Suave, Scary Monsters Java, approved by Dennis Scary Monsters Drug Tennis from Highwood, Illinois, and Scary Monsters Magazine, and the Monster Bash, and the B-Fest, and David Rock Nelson. And Dave Piper, the monster artist for Scary Monsters Magazine out there in haunted Pontiac, Michigan. And Wolfman Mac approves it too. He's my buddy out there in Pontiac. He's a horror host. He's on every Saturday at 10 o'clock on Retro Television Network, RTV. 10 o'clock to midnight every Saturday. After you watch Svengoolie, turn over to RTV, Channel 24. And watch Wolfman Mac's Chillin' Driving, baby. Ahoo! Yeah, okay. Now, that's what he does. Anyway, the world isn't going to end in 2012. That guy's full of it. And anybody that thinks it is, you're listening to the wrong guy. That guy's nuts. He's been wrong so many times, and he's an old guy. He's going kind of senile and kind of cuckoo. And I'm telling you something, the world is never going to be destroyed because the Bible says the earth shall never perish. So that's for your religious fanatics out there that think Jesus is going to come and end it all. No, he ain't. Jesus is going to come and make it better. And Jesus created this earth, and whatsoever God doeth shall be forever. And that includes the creation of Mother Earth. Like Neil Young says, Mother Earth. We got to save Mother Earth, you know. Yeah, and we got to save factory farms, too, like Willie Nelson.
Factory farms.
We got to save
Factory
Mother
farms
Earth.
is the problem.
Anyway, rocking in the USA. What's it? Rocking in the free world. Yeah. See, I'm the rock and I rock. The Rock rocks. And Romney rocks, I think. I think Romney's going to take it from Obama. I think Romney's the man, maybe Gingrich, but I think Romney's the man. I'm not a Mormon. I don't agree with everything Mormon teaches, but I think Romney is very positive and energetic, and I think he's the man to defeat Obama, and he's going to make the economy better, I hope. I pray. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not saying, and remind him that Jesus is Lord.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying I'm right, but I think he's right. But I'm going to say something. The answer isn't in the White House. The answer is like Jack Hyles said in the church house.
Yes.
The late, great Dr. Jack Hyles. But see, he's right, because we put too much emphasis on, oh, we got to pray that Obama doesn't win, and we got to pray that the Republicans win. Well, I'll tell you, it's not the end of the world if your party doesn't win. You know, Obama's trying hard. I didn't vote for him, but he's a good leader and stuff, and, you know, he's trying. I mean, and he might not even be Muslim. You know, you might just think he is, but, I mean, that's not the point. Is he going to help America better? That's what I don't know. I don't care how much some Bible someone knows. I don't know. What are they going to do? Are they going to kick some tail? Are they going to make the economy better? Are they going to get something done? Or are they just going to talk about how much Bible I know and I was a good churchgoer? That's fine and dandy, but what are they going to do about it? How are they going to help us?
Well, the state of Illinois is proof that the two
because knowing it's one thing, but taking action and doing something is one thing. I respect people that do something.
The last two governors, one Democrat, one Republican.
Help our economy. Help us make some stinking money, because, you know, everybody should be able to have their own house, and the prices of food should go down, and gas should go down.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of property.
And I want to say something else, too. The world ain't going to end in 2012 or ever, because the Bible says the earth shall never perish. And God that keeps his promises, God can't lie, because he's perfect. He cannot lie. So, you sleep good tonight, the earth ain't going to end. But I'll tell you, Roger Corman makes those cool end of world, like the one, Day the World Ended. That's a good sci-fi flick. But that's fictional. That's entertainment. You know, the monster crawling around in the radioactive smog, you know, that half monkey, half man creature. That's Paul Blaisdell wearing the suit that he created with his friend Bob Burns, who helped him. That's a good movie, Day the World Ended. If you want an end-of-the-world movie that's entertaining, see Day the World Ended, directed and produced by Roger Corman, my favorite filmmaker. But that's fictional. Roger Corman isn't that stupid to believe the Earth's going to end in 2012. He's a very intelligent man. I met him. He makes entertaining movies, science fiction, and B movies. He's done a lot. He's done St. Valentine's Day Massacre movie with Jason Robards. You know, great classic films. So I mean, And Bloody Mama with Shelley Winters. That's a real. I didn't like that. That was on this morning. I had to turn it off. It's too gory. I like his sci-fi flicks though. Carnosaur, Carnosaur 3, Carnosaur 2. So that's like his version of Jurassic Park. It's like a low budget. It came out about just before Jurassic Park came out. He heard that Spielberg was making a Jurassic Park, and he wanted to make his own lower budget dinosaur flick. So for about $100,000, I think for $1 million, he made Carnosaur. And then Carnosaur 2 and Carnosaur 3. Roger Corman. He was the executive producer of those, and I think maybe he had another director, but so there were like 3 Carnosaur flicks. It's sort of like his version of Jurassic Park, but it's a lower budget. But I like them more than Spielberg's movies. I thought Jurassic Park was Spielberg's best movie. Well, Duel I liked with Dennis Weaver. That's probably his best movie. I like Duel because that was made like in the 70s. Jaws is a little bit too scary with the girl swimmer at the beginning and that guy. I didn't like, but I like Roy Scheider's acting, and I like how he wastes the shark in there.
Yeah.
Yes, come here, you son of a
pure
bitch.
frustration.
I mean, he was like James Woods in Vampires. John Carpenter's Vampires, his best flick. But I thought John Carpenter's Vampires was his best flick of all, with James Woods as the vampire waster, and he reminds me of Roy Scheider in Jaws. You know, where he just gets out and gets the job done. That's the kind of guy we need as a president. Someone's going to kick some tail and get the job done like the Marines do, oorah, and not just brag about how spiritual he is and how good he is. I care what you're going to do about it. What are you going to do? Or are you just going to talk about how good you are? I don't care. I care what you're going to do, man. Preach it, Brother Rock. Even God agrees with me. God likes can-do people. God doesn't like people that just brag about, I'm so spiritual because I go to church. So what? What are you doing? What are you doing to make a difference for good in this world? That does more than what you say. What you do has a lot more than what you say. But saying is one thing. You mean you want to spread the good news. Jesus saves. Ask him in your heart. Okay.